Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. My clients, however, are all throughout the United States, but what the one thing they have in common is that they all reach out to our firm for immigration issues. Oops, I'm streaming here on multiple platforms. I'm trying to get to all of you. So we're streaming here on Facebook, on TikTok, so excuse my camera on TikTok that you'll see. We just got a new setup, and of course there's slight adjustments for all of them. Okay, great. So we're streaming on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in here. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration applications. This is a great opportunity if you're working on an application, if you're thinking about what you might be eligible for, if you need a work permit, a green card, if you want to bring some family to the U.S. and you're just considering it or have some questions. This is a great opportunity for you to ask that. Even though I'm based in near Washington, D.C., so Arlington, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C., even though I'm based here, if you're not located here, that's okay, because the immigration laws are the same no matter where in the U.S. you are located. We can help you with your immigration case. It doesn't matter where the lawyer is. I know in some areas of law, you certainly need to have a lawyer that is located where you are. Immigration is not like that. You can have a lawyer anywhere in the U.S. as long as they're admitted and they are in good standing in an American bar association. They can help you with your immigration case. So if you need us to help, if you have immigration questions, this is the opportunity to put that question into the chat and we'll answer that for you. If you want to reach out to our firm to schedule a confidential consultation, I'm so happy to talk with you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. I'd be happy to chat with you about any immigration question you have. Our consultations are done either by phone, by Zoom, or in person. Many people choose Zoom. That's probably our most common platform for doing the consultation. It'll be kind of like this. You'll see me on camera, and then we can talk about your immigration issue, share documents if we need to. So it can be pretty effective to get some clarity on perhaps some immigration applications for yourself or some family members that you're interested in filing. Okay, if you're just joining me, say hello. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for joining us. We're on here, or I'm on here. I try to be on at least once a week, but sometimes more often. Last week, I think I was able to join you guys a few more times. I'm going to make an effort. To do it more often here, just because I know how important it is for you guys. Okay, so give us a call if you want to schedule a consultation. Again, if you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration applications. Okay. All right, great. So I want to start off with my question of the day. So usually this is a question that comes up in our practice. A client or someone that has called into our office or scheduled a consultation has asked this question, and I think it will be helpful to you guys in learning about immigration and maybe even filing your own applications. All right, so what is an I-130 petition, right? So what is an I-130 petition? So this is used for family-based green card applications. All it does is show you that if I'm the person sponsoring, so it shows that I'm a U.S. citizen or I'm a green card holder, and the person that I'm sponsoring has a qualifying relationship. So I'm not only can I sponsor because I'm either a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, but the person that I'm sponsoring is someone that the law will allow me to sponsor. All right, so that's all it does. So here's an example. So if I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm sponsoring my husband, I'm a U.S. citizen, right? So I'm showing my naturalization certificate or my birth certificate, right, if I'm born in the U.S. or my U.S. passport, that's evidence of showing my U.S. citizenship as well, and my spouse, right? So my marriage certificate is kind of the first thing, the relationship between my spouse and me. And then, of course, for marriage-based applications, you need to show that it's a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes. So that's part of the petition as well. So I want to show things like we took trips together, maybe pictures of the wedding, maybe my husband bought me jewelry, so receipts for that, my engagement ring, wedding invitation. So all of these types of things can be evidence of a real marriage for marriage-based green cards and get submitted with what's called the I-130 petition. So it's really important that you pay attention to that. And the other thing to note is that you will not have any kind of immigration status just based on approval of the I-130 petition. So if I sponsor my brother or sister and I show, for example, that I'm a U.S. citizen and this person is my brother or my sister, they might be in the U.S., they might be abroad, that petition is most likely going to get approved if you were able to prove your relationship and your status, right? But it's not, doesn't mean that your brother or sister has a green card now. Green cards for siblings are, decades long. They take a really, really long time for a green card to become available. All it means is that you can sponsor them and that you have a place in line for when a green card becomes available. Okay, so that might mean that your brother or sister, if they're in the U.S., they have to maintain status here in the U.S. for that entire period. So it could be 15 years long in some instances, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. An I-130 alone will not give you immigration status, but it's only really used to show your own status and the relationship you have to the person that you're sponsoring. Okay, it's a necessary part of almost all family-based green card applications. Give us a call if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. If you're just joining me, Papa Lee says, hi, thanks for your good work. Absolutely. If you have immigration questions, feel free to put them in here. Say hello if you haven't met me before. I appreciate you joining, and of course, please put your questions in because that's really the reason that I'm here. Okay, so I see tons of questions here from my friends on TikTok, so let me try to get to some of them today. All right. And MS Plum, thank you for following us. If you don't already follow our page on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, make sure that you do because that's when you will get notified when I come on live, right? So again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. If you don't already follow us or like us on our social media platforms, please do so. The handle is Agarwal Immigration, so Agarwal Immigration. It's the same on all of the platforms. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney and I help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration applications. Okay? I-140 is current. So Shab is saying my I-140 is current, but I don't have status to adjust. Can a green card parent help with a waiver? So most likely no, but the other thing that you might think about is you might qualify for a waiver in another way, right? You might be able to consular process that application. If your I-140 is current and you've accrued a certain number of days of unlawful presence, then depending on that, you might be barred from re-entry. So you need a waiver perhaps, but you might qualify for something else. So give us a call if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Gino says, how long does it take for an inquiry to come back? That's a great question. That's a really great question. So if your application is outside of normal processing times, right? If your application is outside of normal processing times, and you can check that on the USCIS website, you can submit an inquiry to USCIS. So you provide all the information regarding your case and the questions you have or the issues that you might be having. And then once they receive it, they will get back to you. And hopefully sometimes this helps move the case along a little bit faster. At least that's what I have noticed. It takes them about a month. I want to say it takes maybe even between 3 weeks to a month to hear back from USCIS on your inquiry. All right, give us a call if we can help you with any kind of stuck applications. We handle these quite often, and even with some of the ones that we file, we keep track of the processing times, and are we within processing times or outside of normal processing times, and we start a process to get the case back on track. Okay, call us if we can help you with your immigration applications. We work with humanitarian, family, employment-based applications, and we'd love to talk with you more about some of the things that you've already filed or things that you're thinking about filing as well. Give us a call at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. Help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration applications. All right. Eloina says, hi, do you help in Spanish? I personally have very limited Spanish, but we do have folks on our team that are fluent in Spanish, right? So we have an attorney that we work with, part of our team here, and she is fluent in Spanish along with our legal assistant. So we can definitely help people that need assistance in Spanish, and we do it very frequently. So would love to chat with you more. I wish I spoke Spanish. It'll be one on my list, but I'm okay. I can understand a few things, but we do have people on our team that can make it easy for you if you would like to have a consultation or like to talk in Spanish, or if you have Spanish documents as well. All right, 703-348-1663. We can schedule a consultation and chat more. We can even have an interpreter available for the consultation if you need. Okay, 703-348-1663 for a consultation. And then if our office actually is closed currently, because we close at 5 p.m. Eastern time, if you want to schedule a consultation yourself, you can go on our Facebook page, which is at Agarwal Immigration. So basically Agarwal Immigration is the handle. You can go on our Facebook page and schedule your own consultation, see my availability. You can also do that by going on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Okay, agarwalimmigration.com. Tejinder Paul says, I want to file a VAWA and my spouse refuses to file for our tax returns together and wants a divorce, and I came illegally. I'm sorry to hear that. You can still file for VAWA if your spouse is refusing to file for your file your taxes together, right? If you're married and we can show that it's a valid marriage, that it was not just for immigration purposes, right? That it was a real marriage, you lived together, it wasn't for immigration purposes. The fact that your spouse wants to file for taxes without you is just a form of abuse. And that's what you need for VAWA. So it's just a form of abuse. It will in fact help your VAWA case, and we can talk about that in the declaration that we provide to USCIS. Okay, and you're saying you want a divorce, or your spouse wants a divorce. You can still file for VAWA if you're divorced, right? So if you have already filed and you get divorced, timing is totally fine. But if you get divorced first, you only have 2 years to file. So you can still file. Of course, you can still file. So if you're divorced and your spouse was abusive and you lived with them and they are a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you can still file for your own green card without their help whatsoever, right? Even if you're divorced, as long as the application reaches USCIS within 2 years of your divorce. So if we can help you with your VAWA application, I'd love to chat with you more about it. We file so many VAWA applications. It's one of my favorite cases to file. If you want to give us a call to schedule a consultation to talk more about whether you qualify, you can do that at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Tejinder Paul says it's been 5 months to our marriage. So there's no requirement, right? There's no requirement that a marriage has to be a certain length. So you could be married only for 5 months. That's fine. You can still file a VAWA, right? As long as you're married, as long as you lived with your spouse for a certain amount of time, as long as there's abuse in the marriage, and that abuse can take different forms. It can be verbal abuse, psychological, mental abuse. It can be emotional abuse, right? And sometimes it's physical, but not all the time. So call us. We will talk to you more about VAWA and whether you qualify. Be happy to work with you on a green card application on your own. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Great. He says, thank you for making it clear. I'm glad, because VAWA can be complicated, but it gives you huge, huge, huge benefits, right? So if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, they won't help you sponsor the green card, right? As long as it's a real marriage. So please don't call me if your marriage is fraudulent, if it was entered into just for immigration purposes. We cannot file a VAWA for you, okay? But if you have a real marriage that you entered into because you wanted to start a life with that person, you thought things were going to be different, and then your spouse is abusive and holding that immigration status over your head. If you lived with them, the person was a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you can apply for a green card on your own. That means they won't be contacted. That means they won't even know that a green card application has been filed for you based on that marriage, based on the abusive marriage, right? So don't worry about them finding out. They will not find out unless you share it with them. For our firm, we list ourselves as the mailing address, so even mail won't go to your house unless you wish for it to go to your house. We list ourselves as mailing address for VAWA applicants and some of the other humanitarian cases. Okay, so it can be very clear, and you can be protected. You get so many benefits with VAWA, right? So one of the questions we get is, what are the benefits that I can get with my VAWA application? Like, what benefits can I get with my VAWA application? So if you file for VAWA and a green card, so some people qualify to file for VAWA and green card at the same time. So in our firm, if you qualify, we'll file for that at the same exact time. You will get a work permit between 6 to 8 months. So that means you can work legally anywhere in the U.S. while this application is pending. You'll get a social security number. So if you've never had that before, that will help you apply for jobs. That will help you start a credit history, right? That will help you maybe open up bank accounts. There's so many things that come with just having a social security number, work authorization as well. Okay, and then in about 2 to 2.5 years, you will get a green card, right? So you'll get a green card. So that means you're on your pathway to citizenship. That means you can go in and out of the country, even if you entered illegally to start with, even if you had all this unlawful presence. If you qualify for VAWA, you can go in and out of the country, a VAWA-based green card, let me correct myself. You can go in and out of the country. You can get citizenship in 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen, or 5 years if you're married to a green card holder. So you have so many benefits. If you're in this terrible situation, you can use VAWA to really better your own life. So if you want to apply for VAWA, if you want to see if you qualify, call us 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Santa Ms. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm so sorry. Sentha, how does the VAWA apply? What document? How do you apply for a VAWA? That's a really good question. Well, obviously you need to do the forms, and you have to have supporting documentation, right? So the form for VAWA is called the I-360. What our firm does is we apply for the VAWA petition, which is the I-360, and we also apply for your work permit. We apply for travel authorization, so you can leave the country while the green card application is pending, and we apply for your green card, your adjustment of status application, okay? So we apply for 4 things, and then we have all sorts of supporting documentation. Some of it is standard, so like if you have a copy of your passport, for example, your birth certificate, right, your marriage certificate, all of that is standard. But then in the nature of your relationship, so some people have photographs, some people have maybe invoices or receipts for maybe a wedding ring or things that they bought to show that the marriage was real. Maybe some people have leases, some people don't have leases because they lived with family. So it really depends on you, right? It really depends on you and your relationship and what types of evidence might show that your marriage was real and not just for immigration purposes, okay? So if you want to talk about VAWA, so really the one thing that you should know before you call us or spend time talking about VAWA is you either have to be married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, or recently divorced from a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. That marriage has to be abusive, and you will have to have gotten married not for immigration purposes, right? So you have to have gotten married because it's a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes. Okay, I hope that answers your question. If you want to schedule a consultation, I would love to chat with you more about this application. You can schedule a consultation by calling our office anytime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. Or if you want to schedule now, right? If you want to schedule your consultation now, you can see what times I have available by going on our Facebook page, which is Agarwal Immigration. That's Agarwal, the word immigration. And you can check my calendar there. Or if you are inclined to go on our website, you can do that, which is agarwalimmigration.com. And this way you can see my availability, you can see what works for your schedule, and you can schedule a consultation. You'll get a confirmation right then and there. You'll get a link, and I will see you on Zoom. If you wanted to do it by phone, just type that in there that you would prefer to do it by phone, and I will call you at the time of your consultation. Okay, and we can talk through VAWA, the step-by-step process, or any kind of application that you're interested in filing. All right. I hope that is helpful to you. I hope to see you or talk to you by phone or by Zoom or maybe even in person. If you feel like you want to come to the office, you're welcome, Cynthia. I hope that this conversation is helpful and that you use this information to help yourself. Okay? All right. All right. Groomy says, hello, thank you for joining, Groomy. Says, hello, since I-751 is taking longer, could I apply more than 90 days in advance? No. Okay, well, actually in some situations you can. So if you have a 2-year conditional green card, right? So if you have a 2-year conditional green card and you're now applying for your 10-year green card, if you're applying with your spouse, so that means your spouse is supporting this application, you guys are applying together, you have to be within 90 days of the expiration to submit your application. So if you only have a 2-year green card based on marriage, and now you're applying for a 10-year green card along with your husband or wife, then you have to file your application within 90 days, okay? But in the case where you're getting divorced, right? So let's say you got divorced, you have your 2-year green card and you got divorced. Let's say that you had your 2-year green card, maybe your spouse was abusive towards you, right? That means you can apply at any time. You don't have to wait for that 90 days. So some people will qualify to apply for this 10-year green card at any point. They don't have to wait till the end of that 90 days. But you're right. You will get an extension once you apply. If you're applying with your spouse, you will get an extension once you apply. Okay? I hope that is helpful to you, Groomy. Call us if we can help you with that. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. If you want to see my availability on Facebook, go on Facebook and you'll see the Calendly link, and you can schedule your appointment right there, or you can do it on our website at agarwalimmigration.com. Okay, again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. If you find this helpful, make sure you like our page on any of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. My name is Pratibha Agarwal, and our handle is at Agarwal Immigration. Okay, it's at Agarwal Immigration, and you can like us, then you'll be notified when I go live and I can answer your questions. And you can bring your questions, join early, right? Because those are the questions I get to first. I don't get to all of them, unfortunately, because there are a lot, but I will do my best, okay? And then let's see, there's a bunch of other, also follow us on all of our social media platforms and share this with others, right? Share this with others that you think would have immigration questions. Okay, so if you know others that might have immigration questions, share this with them so they can be notified and they can join us next time and ask their questions as well. All right. Okay, here, let me grab some of the questions here. All right, so Groomy says, thank you so much. Absolutely, you're welcome. Fatima says, we're separated, not divorced. Can I apply for a VAWA? he snatched away my mobile, so I have a few pictures, but I have other supporting documents. So will a few pictures be enough? Fatima, the good thing is that you can have very little like actual evidence to support a VAWA application, right? So the big thing, right? The big thing is the evidence of abuse. So that is going to be from your memory, things that happened, things that your spouse did to you, right? We will ask you questions and we'll take notes from our conversation. So all your job is to be truthful and be as descriptive as you can be. And we will take notes and we'll draft a declaration for you that we will attach to your application, and that is the main form of abuse. Okay, but we of course will need like a marriage certificate. If you don't have one, we can help you figure out where to get one, and you can request that. And then if you have friends or family that know you to be married, we can use statements from them if you think that that would be helpful and if you have very limited documents. But one of the things we can do is explain why you have very limited documents. And it is not unusual, right? It's not unusual for spouses who are victims of abuse to not have that many documents. That's not that out of the ordinary, because you are in an abusive relationship, and part of the abuse might be preventing you, or might be kind of premeditated on your spouse's part to keep you from getting a green card, right? So sometimes your spouse intentionally will exclude you from the bank account. Your spouse might intentionally leave you off the lease or the mortgage document, right? It's just a form, it can be viewed as a form of abuse, and it might be in your case. So don't worry if you don't have a ton of documents. You might not need an absolute ton of documents, but we'll talk with you to figure out which documents you have based on your situation, based on your particular relationship, and we can help you figure out how to submit the strongest VAWA application and whether you'll qualify, right? First thing we want to do is make sure that you qualify. So give us a call if we can help you. We can talk to you more about this by phone, by Zoom, which is going to look like this, excuse me, or in person if you want to come and visit me in person. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients no matter where they're located. So no matter where you are located, we can help you with your immigration case. Okay? Fatima says, thanks. I'm from Bangladesh. I am 35. My husband is 66. This age gap is common in our culture. Will this age gap be a problem? No, right? No, of course not. That actually, having this huge age difference can add to the idea of abuse, right? So having kind of this huge age difference and having this controlling spouse, partly because they're 30 or they're twice your age, right? It could add to the relationship, the nature of the relationship, and it could be kind of more evidence of abuse in the marriage, right? Because culturally it is a certain way. So give us a call. We can help you. We can help you definitely put together your VAWA application. Let's talk more about it. I want to make sure that you qualify. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Okay, Papa says, thank you, you're welcome. All right. Okay, great. I'm glad that was helpful. All right, so I am going to kind of see if I can answer some of these questions. Oh, here's another one. Can your I-130 application be denied, right? Can your I-130 application be denied? So this is the green card portion that I was talking about in the beginning. So an I-130 is the first part in a green card application for family-based green cards, for most cases, right? Not the abuse cases that I was talking about earlier. So just like any other kind of application, of course it can be denied. So it can be denied most likely because it's not complete. If you don't have supporting documentation, for example, if you have a marriage-based green card and you don't have any real proof of the marriage or proof that it's a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes, it can be denied. So I would say, if you have the luxury of working with an immigration attorney, reach out to us. We do these cases all the time, and we can prepare that packet for you so it's strong and so it gets approved quickly. If you want to reach out to us, you can call us at 703-348-1663. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I can help clients no matter where they are located in the U.S. Okay? Great. All right. Do you have an interview, right? So do you have an interview for the I-130? Do you have an interview? Again, this is the same thing. This is what we were talking about earlier. It is the first step in a green card application. So for the I-130, if you just file the I-130 alone, so remember, all it's doing is showing I'm a U.S. citizen or I'm a green card holder, and this person that I'm sponsoring has the relationship that the government is saying is allowed for a green card. That's all the I-130 is doing, right? Do I need an interview? No, I don't need, you won't get an interview for the I-130. It's generally approved without interview. It takes about 9 months or so to get it approved. But it doesn't mean you won't have a green card interview. You will. If you're married, you're most likely going to have a green card interview. Some categories, for example, parents of U.S. citizens, I have not been seeing many green card interviews at all for those. So some categories won't have a green card interview, but if you are applying for a marriage-based green card and you're also applying for adjustment of status, you and your spouse will go to a green card interview. Okay, I hope that is helpful to you guys to understand a little bit about how kind of these different immigration applications work. All right, sorry, I'm gonna flip through and see if I can answer some other questions for you. Okay. Donna says, just joining, and while I'm doing this, if you don't already like us on our Facebook page, on any of our social media platforms, make sure that you like us and follow us so you're notified when I go live. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration lawyer, and I help clients all through the United States that come on here to answer your questions. And if you have other people that you think might find this helpful, find asking questions to an immigration lawyer helpful, please share this with them, and they can also be notified of when I'm on here and can ask their own questions as well. Okay? All right. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to... Should consular processing take 9 months as well for a U.S. citizen? Consular processing takes about 2.5 years totally. This is what I'm saying, 2 years maybe. Sometimes it goes faster. It takes a really, really long time. How long does USCIS take to process a fiancé visa? That's a great question. How long does USCIS take to process a fiancé visa? So a fiancé visa, the whole thing for your fiancé to come in is probably going to take about 2 years, right? It's divided into 2 parts. So the first part is USCIS, so that's the government here inside the United States, looking at your application and making sure this person is your fiancé, that you actually have a real relationship, that you've seen each other in person, right? For all of you with online relationships, to sponsor a fiancé, you need to see each other in person, okay? So the government will check that, then they'll approve it. Then that case goes over to the National Visa Center and ultimately to the embassy to schedule an interview for your fiancé. So your fiancé will get a visa stamped, enter the U.S., and then you have to get married and apply for a green card inside the U.S. So for the fiancé to even come in, for your fiancé to even come into the U.S., it can take a couple of years. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I can help you. I can help you with your fiancé application. Sometimes I will recommend just going ahead and getting married instead of doing a fiancé visa, just because you'll enter then with a green card. Timing appears to be about the same, so you might just benefit from doing a green card. But if you don't know that you really want to marry this person, if you want to try it out for the 90 days that they enter as a fiancé and then later decide to get married within 90 days of entry, of course you can do that. That might make more sense. Okay? Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, what is the approval rate for VAWA application? So VAWA, I actually don't know exactly what the approval rate is, but with good evidence, with good strong evidence, with consistency and truth in the application, I think they have a very high rate of approval, right? So you just want to submit, with most immigration applications, if you submit, well, one, when you talk to a lawyer, we can screen out people that might not qualify. So when we're talking to you, most likely, if we tell you you're going to qualify, it seems like you're a good candidate. If you have weaknesses in your application, we can identify them for you and see if there's a way to provide more evidence on those particular eligibility requirements, right? Or explain to the government why you don't have it. So that's one. And then once you prepare a strong application with good evidence, I think for any immigration case, you have a high likelihood of approval. But you have to qualify and you have to have evidence no matter what. And you have to be truthful and consistent with everything you've provided previously and, of course, within your own application. All right? Give us a call if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, so sorry. My husband filed for divorce in the middle of processing my 10-year green card. Do I tell USCIS or just wait? Actually, it's fine, right? As long as if your divorce is finalized, you can amend your 10-year green card application, right? You can amend your 10-year green card application. You'll have to show that the marriage was real, not just for immigration purposes. You'll still need to show that. But if you're divorced, that's okay, and you still do qualify for your 10-year green card. All right? So I would not hide anything or be untruthful with USCIS. You want to provide the truth, because if you don't, then the rest of your application is not going to feel credible. If your husband filed for divorce and there's something already pending within the government, right? Because you don't file for divorce in thin air. You go to court to file for divorce. So that information is already out there. So for you to withhold it is not helpful, right? And you still do qualify to get your 10-year green card. So that's okay. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. What part of Virginia are you located in, right? What part of Virginia am I located in? I'm located in Arlington, Virginia, right? I'm in Arlington, Virginia. It's just right outside of Washington, D.C., and we help clients no matter where they are located. So you don't have to be in Virginia. You can come visit us if you want to, but you don't have to if it's too inconvenient or if you're located really far away. We help clients without even meeting them sometimes. We do our meetings on Zoom, by phone, and then some of the documents are mailed to us, but many can be either emailed or uploaded into our portal, and we'll prepare your full application. We'll send it to you. You can review and approve it before we file it. Okay? Call us if we can help you. You can go online and schedule your own consultation on our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. All right? And if you don't like us or follow us, make sure you do so. We're Agarwal Immigration. Share this with others that might have immigration questions, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you all for joining me. This was a long one today, but it was nice to chat with so many of you. Please bring your questions. Please share this with others that might need immigration assistance, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. All right? Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. Thank you for joining me. Bye.